What's causing this wave of despair among the younger generation? Greetings everyone, I'm Chris. Today we're diving deep into the DOOMER phenomenon, exploring the mindset of America's depressed millennials. We'll explore the origins, the reasons behind this mindset, and the broader implications it has on society. If you find this video interesting, please support us by hitting the like button. Now let's get started. In general, the term DOOMER is often associated with individuals born between the mid-1980s and around 2000, although it's more of an internet meme or subculture rather than a label for the entire generation. While not all young people of this generation are depressed and pessimistic, many have experienced depression due to factors like the recession and relationship challenges. They are also very pessimistic about world problems such as population explosion, peak oil, climate change, environmental problems, and nuclear issues. They also struggle to build and maintain relationships and are isolated, suffering from self-loathing and depression amid repeated failures and indifference. Many are reported to have limited hobbies and show a preference for genres like slowcore, known for its nocturnal themes and dark, slow-tempo melodies. The ideologies and characteristics associated with DOOMERs are often referred to as doomerism. A 2021 survey indicated that approximately 55% of American youth resonate with doomerism. What is the reason for the depression among the youth of the United States? The superpower with global hegemony, the DOOMER generation, is often described as being financially worse off than its parents' generation, facing increasing burdens as they support an aging population. At the same time, there have been many tragedies in the background of this. Generations growing up years from the 9/11 attacks, the war in Afghanistan, the war in Iraq, and the subprime mortgage crisis to pandemics. The DOOMER generation has come to view the world pessimistically through numerous trials and tribulations. The 9/11 attacks involved the radical Islamic terrorist organization Al-Qaeda, using foreigners to target significant landmarks, including the World Trade Center in New York, resulting in the death of 2,996 people and injuring over 6,000. The terrorist attack destroyed the $1.1 billion World Trade Center, and $40 billion was spent on disaster recovery and counterterrorism. In addition, there was infrastructure damage, property damage, and long-term health consequences. After the 9/11 terrorist attacks, the United States declared a war on terrorism and launched military strikes against Iraq and Afghanistan. A prolonged bloodbath in the Middle East region led to economic stagnation and the rise of extremist religious and political forces. DOOMER generation is also known as the post-9/11 generation. Although most of them did not directly experience the 9/11 attacks, they lived through a fear-filled era of terror, war, extremism, and other horrors. The use of force by the United States has had significant impacts on the younger generation. The worsening economic situation and the multi-ethnic nature of the country meant that ethnic conflicts were inevitable. In August 2021, unable to maintain a prolonged presence, the United States reached a peace agreement with the Taliban. Consequently, United States troops withdrew from Afghanistan, leading to the restoration of Taliban power. More than 70,000 civilians were killed in the Afghan war. Some 66,000 Afghan troops and 3,500 United States and NATO troops. At least 2.7 million people had to flee to other countries. The subprime mortgage crisis triggered the global financial crisis in 2008. Financial institutions around the world fell into a chain of bankruptcies. And in the United States, 465 banks went bankrupt. The whole world was bewildered by the shock and confusion. In 2020, a global outbreak of the new coronavirus emerged with the United States. Death toll surpassing 500,000, the highest globally. In April, the United States infections exceeded 1 million. By May, the global death toll surpassed 100,000 for the first time. In June, the United States deaths exceeded those from World War I. In June, more than half of the 50 states went on lockdown and imposed curfews. The United States economy rapidly cooled. Businesses went bankrupt, and unemployment and homelessness soared. The number of people suffering from stress-induced mental health issues significantly increased. American youth grew up experiencing all of this. Of course, as the land of opportunity, there were many capitalists and successful companies that did not miss out on business opportunities because of the pandemic, but this does not mean overall happiness. The world is developing at a dizzying pace, and jobs that originally required 10 people can now be done by one person if machines are used. America is called the land of the free, but it does not take care of those who are no longer needed. AI unemployment in the United States is accelerating, and with so many serious social problems, it is not hard to understand why the DOOMER generation is so pessimistic about life and the world. They have no hope or expectation. They believe that the world will be destroyed by climate change and nuclear issues. They are also growing antagonistic about all the environmental problems, inequality, and other problems created by the old generation that they have been unable to solve and have taken upon themselves. This is an anger felt not only by the youth of the United States, but also by the youth of other developed countries. Young people are equally losing hope in the hitherto taken for granted routes of life such as love, marriage, and childbearing, and are choosing to isolate themselves, pessimistic about the future. Many of the DOOMERs are highly educated. However, they also grapple with challenges rooted in American society, such as the rejection of established norms or values. There is a tradition in American society of calling exemplary, studious, and smart people nerds and sometimes disparaging them. The DOOMER generation challenges the prevailing anti-intellectualism that emphasizes physicality over intellect, denies global warming and climate change, and demands that creationism be taught in schools. Many perceive American society to be more conservative than it might appear on the surface. Within certain demographics, higher income levels are often associated with more conservative views. The older generation in America often perceives the younger generation's concerns as stemming from laziness and incompetence. The phrase "oak boomer" became popular among the DOOMER generation, serving as an expression of indifference or frustration towards the older generations. Is it truly justified to label them as just soft without understanding their challenges? Or is it right to see them as victims, born from the mistakes and repeated tragedies of the old generation? What is certain is that society must accept as a serious problem that many of the young people who will carry the future have equally pessimistic values. This has been an exploration into the DOOMER phenomenon, shedding light on America's distressed youth. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. Take care and see you in the next video. Goodbye!